Let's have a quick conversation about Magento and Big Cartel. Magento actually, the new name is now is Adobe Commerce. Okay, so big question is if you have to choose between Adobe Commerce and Big Cartel this year, what are the things you need to really pay attention to? Okay, now the thing is that if you think about Magento open source, this actually requires development knowledge and is actually suitable for large enterprises. Magento Commerce is actually a fully hosted version of Magento open source, okay? But this one is actually available on a range of plans and is also catering to retailers, okay? And I'm speaking about mom and pop stores to even global enterprises. I want to first talk about the suitability. If you think about Adobe Commerce, Magento versus Big Cartel, let's talk about suitability. And let's first talk about Big Cartel. And the big question for me today is do you do you think Big Cartel is right for you? How can you actually find out if Big Cartel is actually suitable for your business? So Big Cartel is actually a fully hosted e-commerce solution built specifically for small scale creatives. I want to insist on that, small scale creatives. So if you happen to sell, let's say, original work like arts, jewelry, woodwork, refurbished furniture, and so on, then Big Cartel is ideal for you. So while the general look and feel and functionality are really minimal and straightforward, Big Cartel doesn't skimp on features or even support, okay? And this is actually across the globe, actually, globally. So as a user, you have access to a comprehensive suite of e-commerce tools, including payment gateways, promotional features, and integration with social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. And what's more, Big Cartel is a very well priced, with a very well priced platform, with plans starting about at about 10 to 12 bucks a month. And what I love also is that they have a forever free option, so that's kind of cool. So what are the pros and cons here with Big Cartel? The pros, you have a beautiful and artistic collection of themes, highly intuitive and easy to use, and it's possible to set up your store in minutes. On the flip side, with Big Cartel, you have a robust but limited set of features. It's sort of difficult to customize, and they do have a maximum of 300 listings on the premium plans. Now, let me talk to you about Magento Adobe Commerce. Is this platform right for you this year? How do you actually know? So, Magento is actually an open source e commerce platform owned by Adobe, which is actually offered in a range of formats. So, the best known option is a completely free open source version called Magento Open Source. So, as a retailer, if you want to use the platform, you can do so, but also take advantage of cloud. But if you want to really use the platform while also taking advantage of, let's say, cloud hosting, customer support, and additional functionality, you can opt for one of the paid plans under the Magento Commerce banner. So, because of its extensive feature set, scalability, high customizability, and popularity with, let's say, with developers, Magento is particularly suitable for retailers running larger stores. So, medium sized retailers that need a comprehensive and feature rich solution will also be drawn to a Magento, really, if you think about it. Now, if you are a smaller retailer and you don't have any development experience, it's just more better to actually think about something else, okay? So, what are the pros and cons here? The pros first, you have open source version, okay? The open source version is free. You don't have to really pay for anything. You have powerful, feature-rich solution that scales easily. And also, you have a completely customizable platform. So that's really good. That ability to customize things is really fantastic. On the flip side, if you think about Magento Adobe Commerce, the paid plans are expensive. Okay, paid plans are really expensive. So you better have revenue coming in to actually offset the cost, to cover the cost. And the open source version will be virtually impossible to use for retailers without in-house coding expertise. So if you don't have that expertise in-house, you can't use the open source version. And extensions are also expensive. So if you are a large retailer who needs a customizable, powerful solution through which you can manage multiple sites in different countries, you can really go with Adobe open source, Adobe Commerce Magento. Just remember to take care of hosting, security, and troubleshooting yourself. If you actually opt for the open source version this year. So let me talk. After suitability, I want to talk to you about ease of use. Okay, how easy is Big Cartel to use, and how easy is Magento to use? Let's have a conversation about that. So the thing is, Big Cartel is one of the easiest to use platforms on the market. Okay, and this is really across the globe. Okay, and with Big Cartel, you have hyper intuitive products. Okay, and you are able to like you have hyper intuitive features. And Big Cartel, by the way, is even more intuitive than Weebly or even Wix. A lot of folks think about Wix as being the top of the top when it comes to user friendliness, but Big Cartel is actually there too. Okay, the only thing is Big Cartel is more niche oriented, whereas Wix is more, let's say, is targeting a more general audience, a broader audience. So if you are a user actually on Big Cartel, you will be initially guided through a step-by-step setup process, and you will be prompted to configure your store and add your very first product. So you can see that the Big Cartel is actually guiding you. They're actually holding your hands, okay? And the cool thing about Big Cartel is that themes can be customized via a WordPress style editor, and all products and orders are managed from a central dashboard. So this is really good because it gives you more flexibility, it gives you more scalability, and also gives you the ability to know whether or not what you have is actually working or not. So that's really fantastic from a scalability point of view. And what customers love about Big Cartel is that the ease of use. You have lots of ready-made layouts. They are really easy to use, especially for people who have zero knowledge in website building. Okay, so and the cool thing is that a lot of folks have been using Big Cartel for many years now, and they love the simplicity of it. They love the the straightforwardness of the features, and if that's what you're looking for, then yeah, basically Big Cartel will be very easy for you to use as well. So let me talk to you about how easy is Magento to use. If you are Magento Adobe Commerce, okay. The thing is that Adobe Commerce actually is a little different. You are able to really access a different strategy. I mean, while advanced development knowledge is required to run the open source and paid enterprise version of Magento, the management dashboard itself is pretty intuitive. I mean, believe it or not, pretty intuitive. I mean, user friendly as well. Now, the only thing is that Magento does have a very large feature set. So if you are a new user, there is potentially a learning curve. So a learning curve for yourself, a learning curve for your team members. Okay. So Magento is not going to be like quote unquote that intuitive. You have to really use a little bit of your brain, if you will. So the small business version of Magento Adobe Commerce has a page builder for ease of use and for getting things set up. So that's kind of cool because you're able to actually get the assistance if need be. I mean, you can always get the assistance outside. You can reach out to a third party, a Magento Adobe Commerce developer. Okay. So if what you want to do is that if you are interested in Magento, you should try the free version. I mean, not free version. They have a free trial. So go through the free trial to see if this program fits with your needs. Okay, because Magento actually remains one of the most powerful e-commerce platforms. Okay, if you are willing to get your hands dirty, it's actually a great and versatile e-commerce platform which gives you plenty of flexibility and has support for a vast amount of features and products. So that's really good. And also, if you love security, if you want data integrity. If you want to have a deeper sense of security, basically go with Magento Adobe Commerce. Okay, the security features are fantastic. So it's actually one of the more secure options out there, and the support community is very large. So if you need help or have questions, you can actually usually find an answer real fast. So that's kind of cool. So B Cartel is actually our winner when it comes to ease of use. So what about the design? Let's talk about design here. So how good are, I mean, the thing is, powerful features are great, but we all know first impressions count all the time. Okay. So how good are Big Cartel's themes? Well, fantastic. I mean, Big Cartel is designed for retailers with little or no coding experience. So because of this, the site editor is very easy to use and provides control over key design elements like the logo, the colors, okay, the layout, the font size, and so on and so forth. Like I said, pretty in a pretty intuitive manner. The theme library, which includes just under 20 to 25 themes, is relatively small compared to other e-commerce platforms. Like if you think about the Wix, for instance, Wix has 800 templates. That's crazy. 800 themes, if you will. So, but this is more than made up for, however, by the quality of themes. So the small number actually shouldn't be downrated, because if you look at the quality, fantastic. And don't forget that the themes on Big Cartel are all free. They are beautifully designed and will appeal to a variety of creatives. Okay, that's something to really think about. On the downside, retailers that need to make deeper code changes will struggle. Only limited HTML and CSS changes are possible. So that's for Big Cartel themes. What about Magento Adobe Commerce? How good are the themes? Well, Magento is arguably the most customizable e-commerce platform on the market, but there is a big caveat: to make design changes to the open source and enterprise solutions, development skills are a must. Okay, Magento only comes with one built-in storefront theme, but a range of third-party templates are available. The downside is that this can be very expensive. So small and medium retailers who want to access a user-friendly site builder and library of free templates will likely prefer solutions like, let's say, Shopify, Squarespace, Weebly, and Wix. So if, as a small retailer, you are drawn to Magento because of its wide area of features, implementation plans are available, so Magento will help you out. Not a problem, okay? So when it comes to our winner here, Magento is our winner for design, big time. So what about the cost? How much does Big Cartel cost, and how much does Adobe Commerce cost? So Big Cartel, actually, I think I've said this before, that pricing is something that Big Cartel does pretty well, okay? And Big Cartel is pretty transparent too. They're not hiding anything, okay? So Big Cartel offers a reasonable value for money. So as a user, you have access to a solid package of features, including analytics, discount, and promotional codes, and shipping, tracking, and more. So that's kind of cool. And also, as a retailer, you can take also in-person payments via a Square Reader, which is useful for taking orders at trade fairs, conventions, flea markets, etc. There is also, I think I've said this before, a forever free plan that allows you to have 5 products and a small selection of features. The big downside of Big Cartel is a limited number of product listings. The basic plan only allows for 25 products, and the premium $29.99 per month plan has a maximum of 300 products. Okay, they call it the diamond. So they have gold, platinum, and diamond. So what's more, product options such as different colors or sizes are only available on the higher level plans. So how much does Magento Adobe Commerce cost? Well, Magento doesn't have a transparent policy on pricing, so you have to contact customer service to have more information. You have to contact salespeople to get that info, okay? So Magento, of course, comes with an extensive feature set that would cost a significant amount of money on a similar plan from another provider. So open source features include support for multiple languages, promotional tools, content management, order and shipping processing, customer service, and more. Okay, so this is important now, but there are a few important points to keep in mind though. For larger enterprises, the cost of maintaining secure servers and the need for in-house development team will be high, and extensions often cost hundreds of dollars. And pricing for fully hosted Magento plans is not published. The enterprise level options, however, are reported to cost the tens of thousands of dollars every single month. So, as a small business, you may not actually appreciate that or even be drawn to that. But hey, listen, it is what it is. So Big Cartel is actually our winner when it comes to cost. So let's talk about help and support. So basically, what kind of support can you have actually? Well, if things go wrong, and they often do, you need to know someone's there to help you get back on track, right? And so let's first talk about how good is Big Cartel support. Support is available via email from Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern. While support is only available on workdays and working hours, reports about the quality and speed of support in these times are generally very good. So, phone and live chat options are not available through a Big Cartel. What about Magento Adobe Commerce? Well, technical support is limited on all plans on Magento, and as a user, you have more possibilities. So, if you have subscribed to a paid plan, you can submit support tickets and additional support options such as the implementation package for small businesses and also Magento services for enterprises can be purchased for an additional cost. Okay, so if you decide to run Magento open source, you will need in-house IT support or an outsourced solution with an agency. So when it comes to this comparison, it's really a draw when it comes to when it comes to who wins. Okay, so bottom line is that when it comes to Big Cartel, think about one of the most interesting and unique e-commerce platforms. Okay, that really gives you really a lot of possibilities. So if you've got a limited selection of products but want a beautiful online storefront to showcase them, along with the ability to take in-person orders at craft fairs, then Big Cartel is worth checking out. If, on the other hand, you run a more traditional e-commerce store, you are better off seeking an alternative option such as Square, such as Wix, or others. Okay. What about Magento? Well, Magento has an exhaustive list of features when you think about it. Okay. Basically, enterprise level stores should definitely consider this as a solution. Medium sized retailers will also find Magento to be an excellent choice that scales as their store grows. The virtually unlimited scope for customization is another big plus. Okay. So, the cool thing is you have to ask yourself, what are your scalability plans, and those can really influence you as to whether or not you should go with one option or the other. In conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Adobe Commerce, Magento versus Big Cartel. Okay. And I spoke about the suitability, the ease of use, the design, the cost, the help and support, and now the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.